You'll be surprised to hear just how many parents are financially supporting their adult kids and just how much they're giving. While the picture of a fully independent, financially stable young adult is still the ideal, the reality for millions of families looks very different. The number of parents providing regular financial help to their grown kids is much higher than most people would guess, and it's only been rising over the past few years. Whether it's due to soaring housing costs, student debt, or low wages, more and more adult kids are leaning on their parents just to stay afloat, and at a huge cost. According to a recent survey conducted by Savings.com, a striking 50% of parents with adult kids are regularly providing financial assistance to at least one of their grown kids. This means that half of all parents with adult kids are actively supporting them in some way financially. On average, these parents are contributing nearly $1,500 per month per adult kid, which is a 6% increase over the previous year. Gen Z, those currently between the ages of 18 and 28, are understandably receiving the highest level of financial support from their parents, averaging about $1,800 per month. This makes sense when you consider where they are in life. Many of them are still in college or have recently graduated, and they're just beginning to navigate the early stages of their careers. With entry-level wages often falling short of covering basic living expenses like rent, transportation, groceries, and student loan payments, many young adults in this age group simply can't make ends meet without a parental safety net. Some might be getting rent paid by their parents, others might be getting help with tuition or car payments, and a growing number rely on their parents to bridge the gap. Millennials, those aged 29 to 44, are also receiving support, though the amount is less, but still significant, averaging around $863 per month. While this generation is generally further along in their careers, they're still grappling with money challenges. Many millennials are balancing the weight of student debt with the rising cost of living, trying to afford homes in an increasingly expensive real estate market with high interest rates, or struggling to afford new cars, which are priced higher than ever. Parents helping millennial kids might be covering part of their mortgage, sending money to help with daycare costs of their grandchildren, or stepping in during periods of job changes. It's not just major expenses that parents are helping with. Many are stepping in to cover everyday costs. 83% of financially supportive parents are contributing to their adult kids' grocery bills each month. This support might come in the form of sending a few $100s so their kid can stock up on food, handing over gift cards to local grocery stores, or buying groceries during a visit and leaving the fridge full. In some cases, it's a way to free up their kids' budget so they can afford to treat themselves to a dinner out or shop at more expensive stores, like Whole Foods, instead of sticking strictly to budget chains. It might even mean regular Costco runs or simply ensuring the pantry is stocked so their adult kid isn't scraping by on instant noodles. Then there's the phone bill. 65% of these parents are still helping with that. A lot of adult kids are still on the family plan because it's cheaper to bundle. Some parents are covering the whole thing without even mentioning it, just so their grown kids don't have to worry about it. These days, having a phone isn't optional. It's how people work, find jobs, handle money, and stay connected. So parents often see this as a must-have. And here's something you might not expect. Nearly half, 46%, are even helping pay for vacations. That could mean buying a plane ticket home for the holidays, covering part of a weekend getaway, funding a bachelor or bachelorette party in Cancun, or even helping out with a full-on family vacation. Sometimes it's about making sure their kid can relax, recharge, and take a break, and sometimes it's just about spending time together. Either way, it shows how much parents are stepping in to keep things afloat. What's concerning for the parents is that they're giving way more money to their adult kids than they're setting aside for their own futures, more than double, in fact. According to the survey, parents who are still working report contributing an average of just $700 per month towards their retirement savings, while giving about $1,500 per month to support their adult kids. This means for every dollar they invest in their own financial security, they're handing over more than $2 to help their grown kids stay afloat. This trend is not without emotional and financial consequences. Roughly 8 in 10 of these parents admit they're worried about the stability of their own retirement. Many fear they won't have enough saved to maintain their lifestyle, cover healthcare costs, or weather economic downturns when they're old and no longer able to work. Despite their worries, they keep putting their kids' needs first, whether it's helping with rent, paying down student loans, or covering car insurance, even though it means they're risking their own long-term financial stability and losing precious time to prepare for their future. Nearly half of parents surveyed admitted they've sacrificed their own financial security in order to help their adult kids. This means living a more frugal lifestyle and cutting back on non-essentials, withdrawing money from savings or a retirement account, retiring later or coming out of retirement, taking on debt, or refinancing their home. Even more striking is the emotional weight behind these choices. 40% of respondents said they felt pressured to provide financial support, even when it meant pushing their own budgets to the brink. This pressure might come from a mix of guilt, love, societal expectations, or a fear of watching their kids struggle. It's not uncommon for parents to feel like they have no real choice. The internal conflict between wanting to help and needing to protect their own future can create ongoing stress and anxiety. Additionally, 35% of parents said that they personally feel a sense of duty or obligation to continue financially supporting their adult kids. For some, it stems from the belief that launching a young adult into stable adulthood now requires more resources and assistance than it did in previous generations. In many cases, parents are stepping into the role of a financial safety net, not just during emergencies, but as a regular part of their kids' lives. While the desire to help is rooted in love and care, the long-term implications, both financial and emotional, can be problematic for their relationship. While some parents do have a timeline in mind for when they'll stop providing financial assistance to their adult kids, often aiming to taper off support within the next few years, many see this help as a much longer-term commitment. According to the survey, 16% of parents plan to continue offering financial support for at least 5 more years, suggesting that they anticipate their kids will need help well into their 30s or beyond, often after they become parents themselves. Even more notably, 18% of parents said that they plan on supporting their adult kids indefinitely, essentially for the rest of their lives. For these families, ongoing financial help might mean keeping their kid on the family phone plan forever, helping with a down payment on a home years down the line and paying their mortgage, or continuing to cover monthly bills and other continual obligations. In some cases, this could also look like helping to raise grandkids by contributing to daycare or education costs. Do all of these adult kids require the help of their parents? Is their work schedule maxed out? Are they working on a stringent budget? And are they making sacrifices like their generous parents are? Or are some of them taking advantage of the help, viewing it as a free ride? Is every recipient genuinely in a tough spot? Or is it possible that some are leaning on their parents more out of comfort than necessity? All of this raises a bigger question. What does it really mean to be an adult today? It's easy to point fingers, but the truth is, many young people are facing a tough economy, high costs, and low incomes. Still, at what point does support turn into dependence? And how long can parents keep carrying this financial load before it ruins not only their finances beyond repair, but also their relationship? So the next time you see friends or coworkers posting vacation photos that seem way out of your budget, driving a shiny new car, talking about paying off student loans, or moving into an impressive starter home, don't automatically assume they've made it or are financially self-sufficient. It might look like success from the outside, but the reality behind the scenes could be very different. Many young adults who seem financially stable are actually getting significant help from their parents, sometimes thousands of dollars per month. And that help often comes at a cost. It's not just extra spending money in many cases, it's delaying a parent's retirement, draining savings, or adding stress to their parents' lives who are already stretched thin. Just because someone appears independent doesn't mean they're carrying the full weight of adulthood on their own. So while they might just have it all together, don't always assume they're doing it themselves.